People in Newfoundland and Labrador are waking up to some big changes in the province's political landscape after last night's provincial election. The Progressive Conservatives will be forming a majority government, ending 10 years of Liberal rule. Premier-designate Tony Wakeham told supporters there's nothing like a comeback after getting a standing ovation ahead of his victory speech.
Pollsters and pundits were saying it was going to be another Liberal majority. But we knew, all of us, we knew, and our PC team knew that the game was not over.
The Progressive Conservatives won 21 out of the 40 seats. It was a tight race that came down to the very last district. Brett Ruskin was monitoring last night's election and joins us now with more from St. John's. So, Brett, good morning to you. What more can you tell us about this result?
Yeah, good morning, Hillary. I'm here in St. John's. The Provincial Houses of Assembly is just over my shoulder here in the distance. And that is going to be, again, home or the office of the new Premier-designate Tony Wakeham. He won the election, or the Progressive Conservatives won the election last night. It was close. It did seem close throughout the evening. It looked like it was going to be a tight minority government, either for the Liberals or the Progressive Conservatives. But piece by piece, poll by poll, riding by riding, eventually all the pieces fell into place for the Progressive Conservatives to claim victory. As you mentioned, 21 of 40 districts now controlled by the Progressive Conservatives. Now, we know that the Liberals have been in power here for the last decade or so. John Hogan, leader of the Liberal Party after Andrew Furey stepped down, won his seat but did not continue on as Premier because the Liberals didn't secure enough seats. Here is John Hogan speaking with supporters yesterday.
You've supported me and encouraged me and put up with late nights and long nights on the road. It's been an amazing and a crazy and fun journey, and I can't thank you enough. And finally, to the people of Newfoundland and Labrador, serving as your Premier has been the honor of my life. And from everyone from Labrador West to Port Saunders, Burin to Bonavista, I've had the opportunity and the privilege to meet so many of you and see the best of our province.
And so again, he says he's staying on as leader of the Liberal Party. Will try to hold the new government to account. As for the new government, it will be led by Tony Wakeham. Again, he took to the podium in Stephenville just shortly after that concession speech by the Liberal leader. Here's a bit of what he had to say in that victory speech last night.
My friends, an election delivers a mandate, but it does not by itself deliver change. Change is up to all of us. And it is my promise to you that as Premier, I will give this everything I've got to deliver the better health care, lower taxes, and safer communities that you all deserve.
And again, that was a snapshot, basically, of the Progressive Conservative platform, both promising to help families balance their books before turning their focus to the government's finances with the deficit that Newfoundland and Labrador is facing right now, with promises of better health care, more policing resources, better support for mental health, while at the same time cutting taxes. So we'll see once the Progressive Conservatives set up government here at the House of Assembly, how they can follow through and when they'll begin following up on those promises made through the campaign trail. Hillary.
And Brett, talk to us about what this result could mean for the future of that huge hydroelectric power deal.
Yeah, so that's a deal, the framework of a deal, a memorandum of understanding that was signed by the former Liberal Party, and that was with the province of Quebec to purchase power from the Churchill Falls project. Again, a deal worth more than $200 billion over the next number of decades here, which would, again, bring revenue and prosperity to the provincial government here. And so the Liberals were saying, hey, it's a great deal. This is the best that we can get. But both the PCs and the NDPs said that they wanted wanted to see if they could get even more, see if there was anything left on the table during the negotiation process. And so the Progressive Conservatives, through the campaign, said that they would appoint and create an independent review process to take a look at the details of this deal as the negotiations continued, and that before any kind of a deal was signed, that they would put this agreement to the people once again, to send it to a province-wide referendum. So that was something that was confirmed last night by Tony Wakeham, saying that they would be heading to a referendum once the deal is solidified, once that independent review process concludes. And so even though this election is over, Newfoundlanders and Labradorians will likely be heading back to the polls again to have their say on that referendum question. Hillary.
Okay, Brett, thank you for all of this. Of course, we will be speaking again. Brett Ruskin for us this morning.